My name's Jordan, and this is Seth. And together we've been living aboard our 32-foot sailboat since 2020 in the beautiful waters of Nova Scotia. Currently we're sailing south to the Caribbean, so if you're into sailing videos or life aboard, click that subscribe button, and thank you for your support. With the use of AI, this episode will be narrated by a British man's voice. We really didn't leave much space for anyone to go between us and that breakwall there. Well, I thought we did. It looked like there was more space earlier. We either drug or our anchor road stretch. So I'm surprised that buddy got by.
We started to see a new variety of birds. I was most excited about the pelicans, but we saw terns and great white egrets as well.
It would be nice to get out of the ICW and make up some time.
Maybe go to Charleston. Getting close.
But if you look at the temperature all along the coast, right up until like Miami, pretty
cold.
much it's in the minus degrees.
We haven't really beat the cold yet because it seems the cold has actually just been following us. But back when we crossed over to Long Island, it was warm. We were in sweaters. So we did have some of the trip feeling warm, but cold has definitely caught up. A gentleman in Elizabeth City gave Seth some Tiger Balm for his back, which has been good because Seth's been using that every day. We're all bundled up. The checklist is done. Seth's plotting our course on the tripwire. 4 hours from now, we will be in Moorhead if all goes well.
We started off the morning anchored in Oriental before crossing the Neuse River. Following the Neuse River, we entered into Adams Creek, which brought us out into Newport River and down towards Beaufort. We recommend anchoring in Taylor Creek on the inside of Carrot Island, but instead we chose to continue further and explore different anchorages outside Moorhead that didn't look very protected before deciding to spend the night in Spooner's Creek. The morning was early and cold, and as we were getting ready to haul up the anchor, we were impressed to see 2 people canoeing up the river. I was on Pelican watch because at this point, they were few and far between.
Hi.
Hi, Oriental.
I don't look good in a bandana.
You look pretty good.
Thanks, bub. So we were actually told that Oriental is a great place to stop. That there's like cafes, groceries really close, showers at a hotel for $5, and there's free dockage. But we just thought it'd be easier to anchor because we're not going to stay too long. Plus, when we get up to a dock, we get a little bit too comfortable. If you're ever in here, check all those things out that we didn't check. So I think that vibration is back in our engine. Not as bad as it was. Seth said before the needle used to bounce in the RPM when we would feel it, but that's not happening anymore. But now I'm super sensitive to what's happening. And I think there is still a vibration. I'm gonna check to see if in neutral again, maybe later when we're anchored, we'll run it and see if I notice it. If not, it's gotta be the prop. Otherwise, it could be the engine mounts, which we've never replaced, and they look pretty bad. I just wish there was no problems. Maybe we could sailboard, that would be cool too.
We weren't seeing many boats this late in the season, and therefore hadn't experienced many powerboat wakes. So anyone who didn't slow down, we ruled out as jerks.
Doing 7 knots steady right now. There's quite a current in Adams Creek. Fortunately, it's going with us and not against us.
that? That would be a good houseboat.
There is one 65-foot high bridge in Adams Creek called the Core Creek Bridge.
I kind of miss the boatyard. You?
Next bridge is the Morehead City Newport River Bridge that's 65 feet high, and right next to it, the Carolina Coastal Railroad Bridge, which is usually open unless a train is coming.
Says it's 2 degrees out, but there's no sun. And it's just so cold, like our toes are numb and our fingers. It's not pleasant and it makes me irritable, unfortunately. Whoa, did you see that bird dive? Wow. Oh, it's eating something. Whoa. Whoa. Well, we had an Anchorage in mind where we were gonna stay just past the bridge, but we have a west wind, 30 knots, and it says that this is a fair weather Anchorage and it's pretty rocky and it can get pretty choppy in there with the wind. So we've decided to carry on, and we found another Anchorage, and that one is called Spooner's Creek. It has a very shallow entrance, apparently like 6 feet, and we're 4'9", and it's soft mud. I guess it doesn't have great holding, so we will see how that goes. We might be dragging through mud.
So there's a lot of dolphins around.
Oh, where? Really? Where? Oh my gosh! Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Wow! I got it on video. That was crazy. Are you seeing it?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Give us another big hot bud.
That was crazy! There he is under us! Oh my god! Yeah, he's at our bow! Whoa! That is so fun! These dolphins look different. Okay, we are approaching the markers for this creek. 2 there. There, and on this corner. I'm gonna go in there. This isn't where we would want to not have an engine working. We're going in. Start turning. It's not a good feeling when you just canceled your boat insurance. To come this close, it's pretty scary. Pretty stressful, eh? It's just so tight. And a lot of like expensive boats. Well, I'll tell you why I look so haggard. Oh.
What are you doing?
I'm videoing.
Okay.
I had no sleep. We're supposed to do 30 nautical miles today. It's not far. But
very slow to get started this morning due to the lack of sleep.
the reason being, we're in Spooner's Creek. It's very narrow.
We do not recommend Spooner's Creek.
And I read some reviews saying the holding wasn't good in here. And I just canceled our insurance, and when you turn in here, it's just mansions. Mansions with private docks and fancy boats. And I'm like, please anchor, don't drag. Meanwhile, our anchor alarm goes off a few times. I'm like, no. However, we weren't actually moving. And then we were only supposed to get 28 knot gusts in here, and we ended up getting at 4 a.m. 37 knots is what Windy said. I don't know what the actual wind speed was through here, but it sounded like a lot. I wore these in my ears all night, but I still heard everything. Bubs doesn't know how to blink.
What's I do?
You're like a still image in the back.
Nope. Alright, Bubs, I'm starting to feel cooped up in here.
You always do after 2 seconds.
Like
Well, it's too bad. So,
and scene.
I went to bed at 2 a.m. and then I slept until 4. I woke up because of wind. From 4 to 5 I was awake, and then 5 to 6 I fell asleep. Then the anchor alarm went off. The GPS signal was lost, so it beeped. And then I went 6 until 8. Bubs won't make us oatmeal this morning, even though I am so tired. And we need it to survive.
I just don't want to eat oatmeal.
You're handsome.
Every morning, oatmeal. Sometimes it's hard to stomach.
No, he's lazy. You would eat it if I made it.
Probably. I made oatmeal the last 2 mornings. Time for you to do something.
I'm tired. I did do something. I worried.
Guess who made supper last night? Me.
Guess who Guess who figured out our course all that night yesterday? Me.
I already had a good idea.
No, you did not.
George just threw in this whole other
Oh.
idea. Anyway, and see, move. I'm feeling claustrophobic now. She traps me in. Oh, my back. Okay.
Feeling exhausted already. Hopefully leaving goes well. This is the scary tight corner.
Out of Spooner's Creek and into Bogue Sound.
So it's very cold. Somehow didn't figure out how the currents work, and I thought that a falling tide would actually push us in the direction we want to go, but in fact it was the opposite. So we were doing roughly slightly over 3 knots earlier. Seth and I are doing 1-hour shifts. We're taking turns, and I checked the weather and it says feels like -2, so it's pretty cold and not great. Pretty choppy on the water as well. And well, all things considered with the gusts we're getting, which we're only gotten 20 knot gusts when it called for 28. So I'm pretty relieved about that because it's not as bad as it could be, really. But it's really cool, and it's blowing us a bit off course too. Like we have to keep correcting our heading.
We messaged the ICW Facebook group looking for advice on crossing Bogue Sound with a strong west wind. It would require us to head directly into the wind and into the choppy waters. Someone misguided us in the comments, stating with a west wind we would be fine because they thought the sound ran north and south, not west and east. It was because of their comment we decided to neglect all common sense and leave Spooner's Creek into unfavorable conditions.
Bubs the cold. manning the helm and just in general miserable state of mind.
Emerald Isle Bridge, 65 feet tall.
The water's really blue and it's colorful here. A lot of stilts, stuff on stilts, tall built. Very nice and warm, but it's cold. The water is like starting to get crystally.
Everybody's thinking it. I'm just saying it. Pirates. Look, still has winches on. Should we plunder the booty?
This area is called Camp Lejeune Live Firing Area. There is a sign with lights reading "Stop, do not proceed. Live firing in progress" when flashing. Fortunately for us, it was not flashing when we approached.
When?
Just trying to enjoy my tea and the winds taking the thing and bothering me. Unfortunately, we ran into a bit of a snag. This Onslow Bridge here opens on the hour. It's 3:20. That's another 40 minutes before they open. It's a pivoting bridge. Kind of sucks. So we're gonna anchor. Anchoring restricted. Strong current. Great. I'm just checking on the navionics because we're gonna just have to anchor right outside that bridge and wait 40 minutes, I guess. Fortunately, our anchorage is not very far from that. Our anchorage is actually 3.4 nautical miles away. We're so close that we have to go through this bridge. And Seth just dropped anchor up there. You're just right on the edge of this channel. I'm gonna keep the boat in neutral. These are the bridges we have to go to. Current, I think, is going to push our stern towards those bridges. Oh, we'll go in the next 20 minutes. Crap!
That stuff sucks big time.
Something to think about for tomorrow as well. In 8 minutes, we're going to start. We'll haul up anchor, we'll start going over there. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And now this is actually somewhat of a lesson because I just checked our course tomorrow, which is a 45 nautical mile day. It's going to be a long one, and there is actually a bridge on that one as well that opens on the hour, and opens on the hour and on request. So same thing tomorrow. Just got off the radio with him, and he said it takes a couple of minutes for the bridge to swing open, and he's going to open it in 5 minutes. Feels good when I get more comfortable with the radio, which is happening. Here we are going through. Just waiting for 4. And you can see the bridge swinging out. Oh, Bob.
This anchorage is called Mile Hammock Bay, and we 100% recommend it.
Yeah, that catamaran that's in there, we saw them hours ago in the morning. Right as we pulled out in front of them, and they passed us super early on. They've probably been relaxing in here for a while. We are just about to leave our anchorage. It's like 20 after 7 this morning. Hopefully we're going to make 45 nautical miles today. It's a bit of a hike, but if the conditions are flat and good, like not yesterday, it wasn't like that, but if it is what it's calling for today, hopefully we should get there before dark. It'll be late, but we'll be pushing it, but it'll be good to get in. There's a catamaran in with us last night and they just left. So probably doing the same thing, if not further, but I imagine they'll probably be going to Carolina Beach, same as us. This morning we have some issues. Our RPMs were, when we have it idling in 1500 RPM, the gunner was going up, and then dropping down to 500 and then back up again. So I think we might, based on what Google says, have a fuel issue. 10 out of 10 this anchorage. Like so peaceful and calm. I mean, it was just a nice night anyway, but lots of space here. Just beautiful. We had the best sleep. So we're about to lift up our anchor and we're gonna head out. I will say we did anchor very close to the obstructions on the chart. So hopefully we don't snag anything. It was just the most protected area, but honestly we could have really gone anywhere because it was just not much wind last night.
Morning.
Is it muddy?
Not too bad. I did see one puff of mud come up.
Got a beautiful sunrise. Unfortunately, there are still like crab pots or whatever they're fishing here in the ICW. We haven't seen any inside the channel yet, but there have been a lot on the outside. Okay, I stand corrected. Just shortly after leaving, we noticed there's a pot right in the middle of the channel. The red marker, pot, green marker. Find that very annoying because sometimes I can't see over the Dodger and the Dodger's super worn and blurry to look through. Sometimes I just look at the chart plotter unless I'm standing up in the back, like standing on top of the seats to see over the Dodger. So it's just kind of frustrating that there's also crab pots to look out for in the shallow water. A lot of bird action over there. I think there's probably fish. This is all pelicans over here. Look at them all.
Topsail Island Bridge, 64 feet. Look at these ducks. It looked like a bit of bullying going on. Jerk. Surf City Bridge, 65 feet. The dolphins were becoming increasingly more common.
So we did a quick browsing of the weather, and it looks like we were gonna provision Monday. Tuesday we were gonna sail or motor another 45 nautical miles down to Little River Inlet, but we just checked the weather and I'm like, why don't we just leave from Cape Fear? Now looking at it, it looks great. So we might actually do the biggest hop we've ever done from Cape Fear Inlet all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, bypass South Carolina and Georgia. I wouldn't mind doing that because the weather's not great. My dad said there's snow in Georgia right now. It's probably further inland, but anyway, who knows, maybe we'll do that. So Tuesday we might be looking to sail, and that would be exciting. I'm already over motoring in the ICW, taking hour shifts at the behind the wheel. It's like, I'd like to just sail. All right, it seemed to happen to us again. There's a bridge up ahead. And if you're just looking at Navionics, you scroll over it, you see H equals 79 feet right beside the bridge. So I'm thinking, that means height. So we're fine. Looking at this bridge, and it doesn't look like it's 79 feet. So then I click on the bridge, and it's an opening bridge, and they open every hour and half hour. So here we are, 12:15. We're like 1.5 nautical miles away. So I call him. He's like, if you can get here and by the half hour, we'll open it for you. She's like, fuck. So we're like trying to speed up now, and hopefully we'll get there on time. It'll be pretty close. I mean, there's nothing we really could have done, but I just got off the radio again, and we're not gonna make the bridge. We're like 8 minutes away, and he would have opened it in 5 minutes. Such a bummer. Wanna just anchor? Set this one anchor. It's very peaceful. The water's so blue. Taking this opportunity to grill some sandwiches. Yeah. Oh. Ooh, bit of a breeze. That does not sound good.
Figure 8 Island Bridge.
I will. We just ran aground like like a sandy shoal or something, and I'm right in the middle of the chart, so it should have been fine, but it felt like 2 hills we went over. Seth was inside. Now there's 8.4 feet under us, and I'm glad it was sand. It's still pretty sketchy. It was a big hump. Felt like soft, you know, like it was sand. And I had my headphones in, and like I had happy music playing. And there's like boom, boom. I was even on the right side of the markers. That's the fuck thing. There was a bunch of green markers marking it. What did that feel like to you inside?
Nearly knocked me over.
Yep. Did you hear anything in there, like from the keel?
A little bit, yeah.
What did it sound like?
It's like a very sudden bump.
What did it sound like?
Kind of creaky.
Creaking?
Yeah.
Once we hit it once, I was like, no! And then we moved a bit, and then I felt like we hit it again. Man, oh man. Well, I should probably notice somebody on that one. Our first shoaling went well. A bunch of real estate over there. Okay, here we are coming up to this bridge called Wrightsville Beach Bridge. It's another one we had to hail, and I just said, hello, we are southbound, and we are coming towards the bridge to make the 2 o'clock. Oh. Alright, whenever I'm looking off in the distance, there's always like bird action. It's very distracting. I just said we were trying to make the 2 o'clock opening. He said, Roger. Only right now. And go. Dock and dine. Yeah, those boats are. It's crazy how many people are rich.
A lot of rich people.
How are there so many rich people? This is where Carolina Beach, Anchorage, Carolina Beach Harbor. So right up front here is an Anchorage marked on the chart. Wow, this is crazy. That heron that was there yesterday when we arrived, when the wake went by and he squawked, well, it's the next day and he's still out there. Which is just cute and a bit sad.
We anchored just outside of the city's mooring field because there was no one using the mooring balls.
At first they were cool, but now they're on our Windex arm that we just replaced, so I gotta get rid of them. Yeah, you're about to get off, bud. Dude, get no. Leave.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and stay tuned for next week's episode when we head further south.